Welcome back, everybody. Okay, you've probably been using your heaters during this cold snap, and when you add in the holiday lights, energy usage can climb fast. It drives up your electric bill. So energy expert Sam Luna with BKV Energy joins us in studio to help us avoid some of that winter sticker shock. Good morning. Thanks for being with us.
Absolutely. Thanks.
Okay, so first of all, what typically does cause bills to spike in a cold stretch? I feel like we went straight from it was too hot and we had the AC cranked to now we've got our heaters on.
Yep, you turned your heaters on, and if you're like our family, you put up Christmas lights, Thanksgiving decorations, and all that's going to start to put a load on your usage.
Do the Christmas lights really make a difference? I didn't think compared to the heater it would make much of a difference, but does it?
Yeah, we started to ask ourselves that.
Okay.
So we actually put together a little calculator online for customers to take a look at and see how much does that electricity bill really rise.
Okay, so let's walk us through this. This is a calculator that you have on your website that's for your customers.
For anybody.
For anybody,
Yeah.
So you don't need to be a customer.
Don't need to be a BKV Energy customer.
So where do we go? What's the website?
Yep, you can go to BKV Energy, and we have in our blog and support articles, you could just type in Christmas lights, BKV Energy, and it'll pop right up.
Okay, so tell us what we're looking at here.
Yeah, so we went through and just a kind of a typical average small home in Houston. What would they decorate their home with? So how many LED strands might you put around your house? How long would you leave them on? So we're just assuming you don't have any smart electricity timers yet, or you haven't done anything to help reduce your bill. So you have some lights around your house, fun inflatables. You got Santa coming out of the chimney probably, maybe a spotlight on it. And if you leave your home decorated for Christmas, and say your average energy price is 13 cents a kilowatt hour, that means that's going to add an additional $228 to your bill right now.
Okay, this is a small number down here, so you may not be able to see it. $228 just for the 1 month.
Yeah, just for one month.
I don't think people are realizing that that really does add up. You just mentioned perhaps some timers, perhaps some other solutions. What are some things that could make a difference to bring this down?
Yeah, so first, around my own home, I start with just some Wi-Fi smart controllers. You can use the button on it, walk by, or also download an app and control that. If you're really, if you like technology, go into your Google settings and you can actually set the time. So instead of all these lights running for 24 hours, you only need them probably running for that 6 to 8 hours at night.
Right.
That's going to cut the bill in half.
Yep.
So that takes off $120 right there with just a little $20 purchase.
And it's also cool that you can really see where you're sucking that energy from, right? So you can tweak all these different numbers and say, well, maybe I should take the spotlights way down and start moving some of those, because the LED lights shouldn't be using as much electricity, right?
75% less electricity than your old incandescent.
I worry about those inflatables, because it's definitely using that power. Okay, let's talk about our heat bill. What are some other solutions? I'm always going back and forth with this. Should I turn the heat down to make it colder in my house when we all leave for the day and then get it cozier at night, or should we leave it at that flat number?
Yeah, if you can and you have a smart thermostat or programmable thermostat, we recommend setting it to 68 when you're out of the house. Let it go ahead and get a little bit cooler. Even if you have an animal, dogs or cats like we do in our house, that's a comfortable temperature for them during the day. And then you can program it to warm up to that 71, 72 that you may like it during the day once you're home.
Okay, and then what is that break-even point about? I know there's not an exact number, it's going to depend on your home, but if this is, maybe you're leaving for 5 or 6 hours, that's worth changing that temperature?
Every couple hours helps.
Every couple hours.
So even if you know you're going to run some errands, try and sneak in some Christmas holiday shopping, go ahead and turn it down.
Okay, and then this is just something that, as we move out of the AC season back to the heat, it's probably pretty comparable, isn't it, in terms of what we're going to end up spending per month?
It can be. There are some pockets in Houston actually that have electric heat. And so I really recommend, especially if you live in an apartment community or maybe a townhome that was built in the 70s to 80s range, have an HVAC technician come out and take a look at your heating element. We found last winter that a lot of customers, it kicked on when it got real cold early, and that electric heating element never turned off. So their electricity bill went through the roof.
It was draining.
Yes.
Okay.
So for a simple $60 tune-up, have somebody come out, take a look at it. That could save them thousands of dollars.
Well, we appreciate you coming in. Thank you, Sam, for joining us. BKV Energy. If you want to go to the website, Cheetah, you can check this out. You don't have to be a customer, but you can use that calculator to try to figure out how to save any kind of money right now when it gets cold.